Many people believe that sudden cardiac arrest happens without any warning. They believe it comes out of nowhere. But research shows this is not always true. Today, I want to talk about warning signs that may happen before sudden cardiac arrest. This information is very important for patients, family members, and caregivers. What I am sharing is based on a peer reviewed research paper published in the Lancet Digital Health. The researchers studied real emergency calls and medical records. They wanted to understand symptoms that happened before sudden cardiac arrest. This video is for educations only, it does not replace medical advice. Sudden cardiac arrest is a medical emergency. It happens when the heart suddenly stops beating the right way. When this happens, blood stops flowing to the brain and body. Without quick help, sudden cardiac arrest can be deadly. This is why early warning signs matter. Sudden cardiac arrest is not the same as a heart attack. A heart attack happens when blood flow to the heart is blocked. Sudden cardiac arrest happens when the heart's electrical system fails. A heart attack can sometimes lead to sudden cardiac arrest, but they are not the same thing. The research I'm talking about looked at thousands of 911 calls in the United States. The researchers studied people who later had sudden cardiac arrest. They compared them with people who had symptoms but did not have cardiac arrest. They asked one main question: did people have warning sign before sudden cardiac arrest? The answer was yes. About half of the people who had sudden cardiac arrest felt warning symptoms before they collapsed. These symptoms did not always happen right away. Sometimes they happened hours, days, or even weeks earlier. This tells me something important. The body may give warning sign before a serious event. The most common warning sign in this study was shortness of breath. Shortness of breath means trouble breathing. It may feel like you cannot get enough air. It may happen while resting or doing simple activities. Some people feel tightness when they breathe. Others feel out of breath for no clear reason. In this study, shortness of breath was strongly linked to sudden cardiac arrest in both men and women. Breathing problems should never be ignored, especially if they are new or sudden. Chest discomfort was another warning sign. This was more common in men, but it can happen to anyone. Chest discomfort does not always mean sharp pain. It may feel like pressure, squeezing, or heaviness. It may come and go. Some people feel it in the chest. Others feel it in the arm, neck, jaw, shoulder, or back. Sudden sweating was also a warning sign. This means sweating without exercise, heat, or stress. This type of sweating may feel cold or clammy. It can be a sign that the body is under serious stress. Some people in the study had seizure-like movements before collapsing. This does not always mean epilepsy. When the heart stops pumping blood, the brain does not get enough oxygen. This can cause shaking or loss of consciousness. This is important for caregivers to know. Sudden cardiac arrest can sometimes look like a seizure. The study also showed that symptoms can look different in men and women. In men, chest discomfort, shortness of breath, and sweating were common warning signs. In women, shortness of breath was the strongest warning sign. Chest pain was less common. This matters because many people expect chest pain to be the main sign. For women, breathing problems may be the key warning. Another important finding was this: most people had only one warning symptom, not many at the same time. This means a person may not feel very sick. They may feel something is wrong, but not urgent. They may wait, they may hope it goes away. Waiting can be dangerous. The study also found that some symptoms were more common in people who did not have sudden cardiac arrest. These include dizziness, nausea, weakness, and stomach pain. This does not mean that these symptoms are harmless. It means they were less specific to sudden cardiac arrest. The symptoms most strongly linked to sudden cardiac arrest were shortness of breath, chest discomfort, and sudden sweating. One of the most important findings in this study was about survival. People who called 911 before collapsing were much more likely to survive. Calling for help early saved lives. Many people hesitate to call emergency services. They worry about being wrong. They worry about causing trouble. They worry about embarrassment. But this research shows early action matters. I want to say this clearly. It is better to be safe than to wait. For caregivers and family members, this information is very important. If someone you care for suddenly has trouble breathing or chest pressure or unexplained sweating, trust your instincts. Do not wait. Call emergency services right away. This information is not meant to cause fear. It is meant to help people act sooner. The researchers also said that symptoms alone cannot predict sudden cardiac arrest perfectly. Not everyone with symptoms will have it, but many people who had sudden cardiac arrest had warning signs. In the future, doctors may use symptoms along with medical history or wearable devices. For now, paying attention to warning sign is one of the best tools we have. Heart health education is about being prepared, not panicked. This research reminds me that the body often gives signals before serious problems. Listening and acting can save lives. If you or someone near you has sudden breathing problem, chest discomfort, or sudden sweating, please seek emergency care immediately. Thank you for taking the time to listen.